Please report any violations of these rules to the nearest usher, security, or arena staff member.
Folks, don't forget to come out to the game for Calendar Day. What better way to pass the year than with pictures of your favorite mascot, Blanton, and the King's Dancer. Folks, make sure to join us for the upcoming game where you'll receive free theme t-shirts. A great way to remember your day at the game.
Our next souvenir night is quickly approaching. Rally Towel Day. Come on out to the game and leave with your very own Sacramento Kings towel. Samson's got a couple right now.
Welcome, everyone. A little extra excitement for you tonight. And with this being the first game of their NBA Cup campaign, the goal is to make it out of the group stage.
Yeah, B.A. We get 4 teams in each conference that make it. It's the 3 group winners plus a wild card. One thing to keep in mind, point differential could be key in advancing.
Well, guys, you can't look at this team and not get into the topic of MP. He's been a very vocal and driving force for his squad. And he's made it known that he's got his sights set on winning the NBA Cup this season.
You gotta love how that just ramps up his teammates, the coaching staff, and even us at the broadcast table. But seriously, I'm gonna be looking at how tough each of these group stage games are for MP. He and his guys aren't the only team with their sights set on the NBA Cup this season.
So here are the Jazz starting 5. Clarkson the 2, and Markkanen is the 3. Walker Kessler out there with Bobby Portis. And it's George in at the point guard position. So the latest news on MP, let's hear from Allie LaForce on our sideline.
Hey, BA. Well, no surprise, MP is on a mission to bring home the NBA Cup, telling me I want to be a part of a winning legacy. That's my main goal in any competition I'm in. Victories come first. All the individual stuff comes later. Would you expect anything less from MP, Brian?
Nope, we sure wouldn't. And this guy is all in. D gets the bucket.
You'd love to get the ball this close in every trip where you can almost just not miss.
Pass to Portis. Richard, something you notice about these Kings, they shoot plenty of threes.
And that's the modern game for you, B.A. But Sacramento shoots especially freely, you are right. And those shots often connect, so I doubt that that trend changes for them anytime soon.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
No good on that one. And he sinks the second. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. D, the pass to DeRozan. Here's D. Takes a 3. The rebound by Markkanen.
The defense just giving him the easy look there. He's not going to miss that.
This one for 3. The Jazz again can't hit. The Kings have gone 1 for 3 so far. D, the pass to Sabonis. Levine with it, and Clarkson picks him up defensively. Pass to Sabonis. Clock at 6. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2.
Sabonis is the type of big that every team wants. Athletic, facilitates, great.
Sacramento leading by 5. We've got Zach LaVine, Jonas Valanciunas out there with Ty Jerome. And it's D in at point. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. Let's go with a 3, bearing his second of 3 attempts.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
And Williams has got the ball here for Utah. This is the first they're seeing of Sacramento. Pass to Markkanen. What a finish! Right at the rim by Markkanen.
And this is inexcusable. The defense must force Markkanen further away from the rim.
Here's D. Had a career game his last time out. Bucket after bucket. Here's Levine. And he buries his first look.
got to fight harder to get over those screens.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Marketed for three. Valanciunas with a rebound. The Kings have got 2 of 3 shots to go in the second. Here's D. He's got 5. Here's Levine for 3. Another 3 for Sacramento.
And Levine takes a lot of threes for this very reason. Such an effective shooter.
Here's Williams. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. Richard, one thing we're seeing an emphasis on by the league, mental health.
I'm surprised it took people so long to understand how grueling of a mental task it is to try and be one of the 450 year in and year out.
Sabonis, he's checked in for the Kings. Here's Jerome. Out to the right wing. Here's D. And there are the Kings with another bucket.
Give their offense some love. They've been the more efficient team.
Yeah, coach has to be thrilled. You can draw up all the X's and O's you want. The guys have to go out there and execute with enthusiasm.
And from the sideline, let's catch up with Allie.
Hi, guys. Well, D in their last time out against the Nuggets was lights out. He ended up with 70 points and was locked in from distance. It was impressive. A reminder of the amazing things that he's capable of on any given night. It'll be hard to match that tonight, but he'll try. Guys?
Okay, Allie, thanks. Well, that was an incredible night for him. They rode him to that win.
And he was more than happy to carry them, B.A. He might still be feeding off that performance heading into this one.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
Pass to Marion. Oh, trying his luck from deep. Another 3 for Utah.
That's how you up the ante. Come right back at him.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's Jerome. Now here's Sabonis. Clock at 4. And here's Levine. And Levine, throw it down.
Check out Levine getting artful at the rim, leaving the defense just completely clueless of how to stop it.
Once again, an explosive highlight on the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. And we've got a timeout called by Will Hardy. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan. Outplayed in their previous game on their schedule, losing to the Cavs.
It was, frankly, embarrassing. I was shocked by their disorganization, and I think they were too.
Well, we'll see how they respond after that weak performance. It should tell us a lot about their character as a team.
So Utah ends up going with a new group. The Kings lead by 10. Here in the second quarter, just under 3.5 minutes played. And here is DeRozan. Inside. Here's Sabonis. It doesn't go for him.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
I'm sure they'll think twice about shooting against him next time.
And George gets it to go on the assist by Markkanen. George has gotten his second bucket of the game. And for a scorer as prolific as Markkanen, he doesn't need the ball in his hands too often.
So many of his scores come off assists. So just a great sense of when to get into space and become available.
DeMar DeRozan, an impressive scorer who takes relatively few three-point shots, Greg.
Yeah, the arc is not his primary focus. He'd rather pick you apart in the mid-range, but he does it so consistently that the points pile up quick.
And some changes here for the Kings. Prosper's checked in for Murray, and it's Levine in for Monk.
And it's a luxury to have a great shooter like him at the line. Very rarely see him miss.
Clarkson with a screen on DeRozan. Markkanen. Rebound by the Kings. There's 45 seconds left in the second quarter. Here's Levine. The muscle inside from Levine. Wow.
Just muscling through the contact. Levine is a flat-out star.
To the inside. Nice D from Levine.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
Pass to D. 5-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Back to Sabonis. To the paint. Here's D. It's rebounded by George. There's the drive. And it's in! Oh! Nails the buzzer beater! Are you kidding?
Makes his selection just in time. Well done.
He didn't even look worried about the time on the clock. Nice way to end a quarter.
Checking out the Kings. This team wants to do big things, Shaq-sized things. And I got to say, they're looking almost as dominant as Kenny.
Easy, big fella, but I gotta say, they are changing focus now to that first half. A brutal game so far for the Utah Jazz.
If they think they'll win with this kind of defense, they're tripping. When you give up that many good shots, it fuels your opponent's fire.
You like gasoline on a flame, I'd say. Thanks for tuning in. Now it's time to head back over to Brian Anderson for the start of the third quarter.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast thus far. We're halfway through the game. Boy, Zach LaVine has been sensational.
Through the first 2 quarters, he's been on fire. Explosive offensive performance.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Kicking off the second half, here's Will Hardy's 5. Clarkson the 2, and Markkanen is the 3. Bobby Portis out there with Walker Kessler, and it's George in at the point.
You can't lose a shooter like him on the court. The ball will find its way to him, and he will drill a 3 each time.
And there's a pick. Here's Portis for 3. Rebound by Sacramento. Sabonis has got 4 rebounds now. Now the Kings in transition. DeRozan finds LaVine. Pick by Sabonis. And the Kings with another 3.
This defense just can't stay connected to shooters.
Here's George. He has 6. And for those tuning in, we're about a minute into this second half. And out of bounds, Sacramento will have it. All right, some time here to take a look at the 2K leaderboard. Here were the league's top shooting squads from last year. The Kings, number 1.
Tremendous efficiency on offense. They were willing to put in their work to get great looks.
Timeout called. Sacramento. And Sacramento has possession. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. LaVine. And the layup falls. LaVine's got 5 points now in the quarter.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
Pass to Portis. And again, unable to change momentum here. Just over 1.5 minutes have passed in the third quarter.
Look, when you've made your first 3 shots of the half, I think it's okay for a heat check.
That's tipped. And pushing it up. Here's Sacramento. That one's good. Sabonis.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
George outside. The baseline J. That one a little long.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
We hear players proclaiming their love for the game, but former sharpshooter J.J. Redick said there's a distinction between loving the competition itself and loving the game and everything that goes into that. Guys say, I just want to play. Well, do you want to do all of the necessary things that lead up to that? Hey, Brian, 15 NBA seasons for Redick. He'd know.
He certainly would. Thanks, Allie. Pass to Markkanen. Looking at lineups around the league, Grant, seems like they're becoming more positionless than ever before.
Yeah, you're spot on, B.A. To the point where some people feel all-star voting shouldn't be by position anymore. It should be by merit.
I know what they say, defense wins championships, but you need some bucket getters too now.
Here's D. He's got 10. Here's Levine for 3. Gets the 3 to fall. Levine's got 20.
Their strategy has been pretty simple here in the second half. Attack from three-point range.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Out to the right wing. Here's D. Yes, great play by DeRozan to set him up. DeRozan's got his 3rd assist of the night.
I just love the ball movement.
In the 3rd quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And so Will Hardy calls for the timeout. He wants to make sure everybody's on the same page. Zach LaVine with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He'll just keep hurting them from the three-point land if they let him.
The Kings shooting an unreal 69%. Really special stuff here. They've got Keegan Murray. He's out there with Jonas Valanciunas. And it's Jerome in at the 2. That's the 5 out there for the Kings. And the dunk by Valanciunas.
Yeah, he's a top-tier offensive rebounder. Valanciunas uses his size and strength to his advantage to do damage on the boards.
Here's Marion. Grant, some rookies come into the league with a ton of height. You've lived through that. How does it affect a young player?
Well, B.A., it can be overwhelming, and certainly it's a lot to endure. You're the focus of so much attention, and there are so many expectations. And with all the media these days, it's even more magnified and intense.
Outside, Williams. Pass to Marion. There's a screen. Lays it up and banks it in.
Got it in close, and unless it's an open 3, that's the key to efficient offense.
Here's D. Launches it. That's off target. Now 6 for 10. The Jazz shooting around 41%. Marion passes to Williams. Hey, expanding his range. Hauled in by the Kings.
And right now, they're +8 in the rebounding category. That's helping them run away with this.
Pass to D. Count it. Good. D's got 4 points this quarter.
Looks like we're starting to see a pattern here. Not afraid to get in the paint and get wet.
They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
Here's Hendricks. For 3. Hauled in by the Kings. Valanciunas has got 6 rebounds now in the game. A touch under 2.5 minutes have passed now here in the 4th.
That is not a bad decision to pull it from there. It was just a little bit off with the execution.
Outside, Williams. Valanciunas with a rebound. Valanciunas has got rebound number 7 tonight. Here's D. Richard, how do you think you would have fared if social media was as prevalent in your younger years as it is right now?
I can tell you right now, I would not be able to sit next to you right now, B.A. That's the type of life I would have lived.
Third minute of action now gone here in the 4th. Here's Hendricks. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
First personal foul.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for Sacramento.
All game long, they've been making it rain from the arc. And look, they've done it by feeding the hot hands.
Well, in addition, I love their passing. I mean, they're buying into that team concept. That's hard to get out of your young guys.
Mamukelashvili's checked in for Jonas Valanciunas. Jerome, that's good.
And trust me, when the D's slow to react, he'll be the first guy to make them pay.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Sacramento has gone 0 for 2 from outside here in the fourth quarter. A minute 31 left in the final quarter. And he banks in the layup. Jerome's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Kings.
And it was a big-time performance across the board. They looked like they were having fun out there, Grant.
Yeah, B.A., it was almost like watching a cat play with a mouse. I mean, they did pretty much anything they wanted to do out there today.
And this will give them their 7th win of the year.
And they meet just twice, so taking the first meeting means a lot to this team.
And even the opposing fans can't deny this was a sensational game for Zach LaVine.
He did a great job following his team's game plan and not rushing anything on offense, which allowed him to catch fire.
Yeah, moving the ball with a purpose. Lauri Markkanen, nice pass.
Pass to Jerome. There's 45 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Pulls it. Again, the Kings score.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
And that score probably slams the door for any would-be comebacks. And look, they put this one to bed.
I think he's gone completely dry. Nothing is hitting.
Yeah, and the risk now is that he gets inside his own head. Time to take deep breaths in through the nose, out through the mouth, and let the game come to you.
Plenty of daylight on that shot.
They got a big lift from their crowd tonight, giving them the energy they needed.
You have to love their effort. This game wasn't handed to them. They took it.
Now Kessler. Back to George. And the jam by George.
B.A., the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. So
Okay then, that's how we stand on business. Good job, MP. I see.
Bam, bam, down three, hit